A lot to be excited about with Ghostbusters, the video game. I think, first and foremost, it's a new story in the Ghostbusters franchise. So, you saw Ghostbusters 1, saw Ghostbusters 2. It's the same guys who wrote it. So it's Aykroyd and Ramis. They're back. It takes what the Ghostbusters were doing before and kind of takes it to the next level. Before, they're kind of protecting New York. At this point, they're actually taking the battle to the ghosts. They're going into the ghost world. Most exciting for me is that, we all love our proton pack and our neutronal one, but it's great to get all kinds of new gadgets in there. So, we got slime blasters, we got a stasis beam, we've got slime tethers, all kinds of new gear that you can upgrade your Ghostbusters with, and you can actually kind of customize how you like that gear to play out, so you can focus a little bit more on the stasis beam, you can focus a little bit more on the trapping, depending on how you like to play the game. So being able to customize your Ghostbusters and make bigger mess than you could even in the movies is a lot of fun. The first couple levels you start off with the basic proton pack. That's kind of that's something you're going to be using throughout the game. But it kind of, as you get at the end of the first level, you get your boson darts. That's kind of your ancillary fire. The pieces unlock as you progress through the levels. And the kind of fun thing is not only do you get those new weapons in your inventory, they actually start to show up on your proton packs.
Your plasma banks are now integrated into the proton pack.
Now, it's a couple things with the proton beam. There's really a few different ways they use the weapon. So on one level, it's just like a cannon. It's basically a damaging ray of force. And I think to get that just right, there's a little bit of vibration in the way you feel it. There's the speed with which you move it, and I think most importantly is the impact it has on the environment. So when you're using your basic proton cannon, you're just destroying everything you hit. The ghosts are going to fight you, and you have to really beat them up, get them weakened enough to go down into the traps. So you can slam them into walls, and then eventually you can drag them down into the traps. But the whole time, it's almost like pulling in a steer in the rodeo or fishing. They're fighting against you, you're pulling them in, and just getting that tension on the proton beam is a lot of the work that went into getting that weapon right. And I think if you give it a little play, you'll see they've really nailed it.
Nice going. You might really be the right person for this job.
Yes, you have destroyed a significant section of a 5-star New York hotel in just under 3 hours. Your mother and I are so proud.
The real focus in the game is on the guys, and I think that a part of the choice of going with the rookie is that it allows it to be you, and that you're interacting with the Ghostbusters. You're very deeply integrated with the guys throughout. All your plot dialogue is coming directly from those guys. All that narration is coming from them. All those prompts onto where you're going and what's happening is coming from the Ghostbusters, talking right to you. So as the rookie, it's almost kind of a point of contact, comic relief. You're actually the experimental equipment technician. What that means is that the latest stuff that Egon's invented, whether it's stable or not, they're going to strap it on your back and shove you into combat. There's a few aspects of the game that give it a lot of good replayability. You have the unlockables and the hidden items. You have the ability to customize your weapons, and then you have different difficulty levels. There's a ton of hidden stuff throughout the game. So there's Tobin's Spirit Guide, which is basically an index, a librum of all the ghosts that are out there. And as you find new ghosts, you scan them. There are dozens of different distinctive ghosts. There's tons of mini bosses, big bosses, also just kind of your day-to-day ghosts, little minions. Also almost any object in the game can get animated by a ghost. So that's, the ghosts can fly into a table, take over the table, that becomes a weapon. They can go into a kitchen, take over all the pots and the knives and make a big construct that'll attack you. They can even possess your other Ghostbusters, but we'll tell you more about that later.
Yeah, nice one. Tell us again how lucky we are. You're trying a new angle.
Yeah, we knew that people were really going to want to have that great interaction with the actors, with the voices of the characters and of the original Ghostbusters. So it was really important to give that great voice work they did a little time to shine. So I think you have a little bit of a quieter moments where it's really about you interacting with the guys. You're hearing those funny lines, those dialogues, that interaction, and those quips. And some of that is that basically those become more of a puzzle components of the game. So you're using your PKE, you're trying to figure out where these ghosts have gone and how you can trap them, what advantages you can get to when you do actually fight them. Then of course when you get into the more action-oriented sequences, it's on. It's like it gets hectic. You have tons of ghosts flying at you. You're barely trying to stay alive. You got to get back to back with the guys. You got to protect yourselves and work together to fight these ghosts. But then once you got them trapped, you know, the humor's back, and now they're goofing around again, and you're progressing the plot, and you're hearing where we're going, what this scheme is to get all these ghosts into New York and to get them out of New York. How you're going to do that? So you're revealing this plot that Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis wrote for the new game.